Hey folks, Jeffrey Guterman, Strat-O-Matic, Sports Network. Just getting our things set up here. Setting up our lineups. It's going to be Oakland at Minnesota here in Minnesota. It will be Jim Nash for Oakland and Jim Perry for Minnesota, two Jims. I'm going to put the fielding ratings in now. Make some coffee and we'll get ready to play some ball here. And Kathy Harden has arrived. There she is, everybody. And she's for the Twins. I'm gonna make some coffee if you all don't mind. Here in Studio B. It won't take too long. I think I'll make an 8-cup. And we're so glad to have you all join us here on the Strat-O-Matic Network. And we will wait for that to get going here. And we are gonna then go over the lineups and we'll have a ball game. It's Oakland at Minnesota. Second of a 2-game series. Minnesota took the first game. Stand by, please. It's only an 8 cup, so it shouldn't take too long. That smells good. While we wait for that to finish off, let's look at our opening lineups here. For this ball game. Unfortunately, Hot Dog Jackson is still out with an injury. He's been out for about a week. And looking ahead to see if and when Hot Dog Jackson is due back. Lord, he's been out so long. Good morning to all, Steve, and happy Easter to you, sir. Yeah, Jackson pinch hits on the 18th in Real World of 1969. That's always a sign. But he did not, and he plays on the 19th. So that's when we can expect him He'll miss the next game on the 17th against the Royals. And then we'll expect him back. We wish a happy Easter to all. Let's look at our opening lineups for the Oakland A's. Leading off, it'll be Bert Campaneris at shortstop. Batting second, Jose Tartabull in left. Batting third, Bobby Brooks, he's in right. Captain Sal Bando, cleanup hitter. Batting fourth and playing third base, Tito Francona is the first baseman. He'll bat fifth. Batting sixth, Dick Green at second. Rick Monday back in the lineup, starting in center field, batting seventh. Dave Duncan bats eighth. He's the catcher. And the pitcher with 6 wins on the season, right-hander Jim Nash. For the home Minnesota Twins, who have clinched the West, Ted Uhlaender leads off in left field. Batting second is Rod Carew at second base. Tony Oliva batting third in right. Jose Tartabull, the father of Danny Tartabull. It's a family affair, huh? Harmon Killebrew, the cleanup hitter at third. Rich Reese batting fifth at first. Cesar Tovar in center, batting sixth. Johnny Roseboro back in the lineup, batting seventh. Leo Cardenas batting eighth at shortstop. And the pitcher batting ninth with 19 wins on the season, looking to win his 20th, right-hander Jim Perry. And if he does so, the Twins will have their second 20-game winner, as Dave Boswell has won 22. Orioles already have 2 20-game winners. Cuellar with 23, McNally with 21. It's doubtful Palmer will win 20, as he got hit pretty bad in his last inning, and time is running out here. And in just a minute or two, we expect the Twins to take the field. Just in time for that coffee to be ready. And the Twins take the field. It's Jim Perry on the mound, taking his warm-ups. Catching him is Roseboro. Reese at first, Carew at second. Killebrew at third. Cardenas at short, outfield left to right. Uhlaender, Tovar, and Oliva. And leading it off for Oakland is Bert Campaneris. And Bert steps in against Perry. Okay, Perry is ready. Here's the windup and the pitch to Campanaris. That's going to be 5-6. Right-handed, and he struck him out. And there's one away. We are underway here in Minneapolis. Here's Jose Tartable, the father of Danny Tartable. Oh, that is good coffee. Oh, an afternoon brew. Nothing like it. Looking at real world scores, Washington at Cincinnati, no score. Top of the third. Milwaukee 1, Mets nothing. Top of the second. Angels 4. Baltimore nothing in Baltimore. That's the bottom of the second. Atlanta 2 at Philadelphia 1. End of 2. And Toronto leads Tampa Bay 2-1. It's the top of the second. This is real world. Miami beating Pittsburgh in Miami 5-0, top of the second. Everything else is later. Tartable, left-handed hitter facing Perry now. Here's the pitch from Perry. And that's going to be a 3-8 right-handed. Taps it back to Perry. He's got it. And he throws it to Reese for the second out of the inning. Just underway here in Minneapolis. Here's Bobby Brooks now. Oh, that is good coffee. Oh. Okay, Perry, he gets the sign from Roseboro. Here's the pitch to Brooks. That's 5-11, right-handed, grounds it to first X. That's for Reese at 212. (12-2), that's a G1. Reese 12. That's 6-11-14. And he takes it to the bag. And the side is retired, so it's no runs. 1-2-3 inning for Perry. And we've gone a half. It's Oakland nothing, Minnesota coming up. Here's Jim Nash now. If I'm not mistaken, Kathy Harden, in the absence of Jackson's injury, Howard has not hit any home runs. I don't think so. So he still trails Hot Dog Jackson by 3. Jackson with 52, Howard with 49 in the American League. In the National League, McCovey has 50, and then Bobby Bonds, his teammate, is second with 37. Some people are underperforming there. Aaron, what, I think 44, I'm not certain, has only 34 home runs. Leading it off, Ted Uhlaender for the Twins. Here's Nash. And the pitch to Uhlaender. That's going to be 4-9 left-handed, and there is a base hit. A leadoff single by Uhlaender here in the bottom of the first. It was a 4-9 left-handed. Uhlaender being held, not being held. 1-14. We're gonna roll just to make sure. Being held. 1-9. Here's Karl. He's being held 4-7 left-handed, struck him out. Now here's Oliva. Still being held. Nash from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Oliva. That's going to be 6-9 left-handed. Pops it up to first. And Francona is under it, 2 away. And Harmon Killebrew is the batter. Two outs now. Uhlander on first. Here's Nash. And the pitch to Harmon. That's 4-6. Right-handed, struck him out. And the side is retired. 2 strikeouts for Nash there. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We've gone 1. It's scoreless ball game here in Minneapolis. And we've got a question from Kathy Harden right now. Beautiful timing. A question from Kathy Harden. Wait for it now. Kathy Harden with a question here, top of the second. What did Alfred Hitchcock say is the perfect murder weapon, Lord? I don't know. I'm going to say Bill Ivamy says rope. I say a pen. You know, it's mightier than the sword, they say. I just took a guess. We're going to see what Kathy has for us with this one. What did... Pen sounds good. What did Alfred Hitchcock say is the perfect murder weapon? Anybody else have a guess? Neither, Lord. Steve says a knife. I'm going to go with alibi. An alibi. But, well, Bill Ivamy goes with love. I'll tell you. An icicle. Because it melts. Whoa. You mean a sharp icicle? Boy, that is pretty morbid. And that's pretty wild. Thank you, Kathy Harden, for that. I never would have gotten that. Never would have gotten close to that. Super question. And thank you to Kathy Harden for that. Super, super question. Keep them coming, Kathy. And thanks for those who participated. Here's Perry now. He retired the A's in order in the first. Bando, the captain, will lead it off. Big fan of Hitch. Here's Perry now. And the pitch to Bando. That's 2-3. And he chops it to second for Carew. And Rodney throws it to Reese at first, one down. Here's Tito Francona. Perry gets the sign from Roseboro. Here's the pitch. That's going to be 5-7 left-handed, and that's going to be a base hit. First hit, first base runner off Perry in the ball game. Francona on first with one down. And here's Dick Green. Dick Green's been hitting pretty well lately. Here's Perry. That's 5-7, right-handed. There is again, it's going to be a base hit. This for Green. Francona goes to third and holds. Another 5-7, right-handed. This one against the right-handed hitter. And here's Rick Monday. Those a nice mix. Here's Perry, infield back. Pitch to Monday, 1-7, and that's going to be a fly to center. Francona may have trouble tagging on this. He's a 1-8, believe it or not. A 1-7 right-handed fly ball center. With Tovar a -1, Francona 1-8, 1-9. I'm sorry, it'll be a 1-7. He's going to come home. We think it's a better chance than Duncan. And if you just look at him, by the way, Duncan, his on-base percentage is .236, so 1-7 would be a better move. Here's Francona trying to tag on the fly ball, and he is out. And it's a double play, if you will. Tovar throwing Francona out at the plate. And the side is retired. Duncan will come up next inning. No runs, 2 hits, and 1 left. And here's Jim Nash for his second inning. It's a scoreless ball game, Oakland and Minnesota. Second of a 2, Minnesota took the first. I'd like to show something to you all, if I can remember it after this inning, about the playoffs. Here's Nash now. The pitch to Reese, 6-8, left-handed. Lines it to second, caught by Green, 1 out. See how good my memory is that if I could remember to go through this with you, and I'd like to see what you all think about what I'm going to show you. Cesar Tovar is the batter. Nash gets the sign from Duncan. Here's the pitch to Tovar. That's 5-3 right-handed. Chops it to first. Francona, 419. Trying to get to it. 419, 12-4. It's going to be a G3. He scoops it. E19, that's 5-9, 11. And oh, he boots it. Scoops it and boots it. He is an E19. And that was an 11. So it will be a G3 E1 The error charged to Francona, who now has 2 marks against him, being thrown out trying to tag and now committing a 1-out error. Tovar is on, being held 1-15 with Duncan 1-16 and Roseboro the batter. Here's Nash now. The pitch to Roseboro. There goes Tovar. Whoa, and he is out. Oh, Tovar thrown out, stealing. A beautiful throw by Duncan. Is Duncan having a good year for my 69 replay? I didn't know that. He got thrown out by Duncan. Well, that was interesting. He was 1-15, 1-16, got him. That'll be 2 outs, nobody on. Roseboro at the plate. He has 2 balls on him. And a strike. 2 outs, nobody on here. Here's Nash. And that's going to be 1-4 right-handed. Fly ball left field. Tartable is under it. He makes the catch and the side is retired. So no runs, no hits. The error by Francona, and then Tovar thrown out stealing. We've gone 2, and it's a scoreless ball game. Now I'd like to show something to you. I'm glad I remembered. If I could bring this in here. Pal, I'd like to show something to you all. You know, I have the playoffs coming up. And if you go to my landing page, you'll see that in the community board, I've already answered the question after my research as to where the postseason will be. And we're just following the rules. I'm not going through all of them. They were basically on a rotation basis. So the AL playoffs, as an example, will be exactly like they were. And I want to show you something, all. If I scroll down here to the end of this season, and I don't know if you're all able to see this, but the last date of games, of regular season games, is October 2, and then there's a day off, and then the first game of the divisional playoffs is October 4. So keep in mind there's 1 day off. Now, I have no problem using the exact lineups used if Atlanta, Minnesota, and Baltimore are in the playoffs. Of course, the Mets are basically out of it. Of course, I would maybe switch lineups based on if there's a right-hander or left-hander from the NL East champion, who it looks like it may be the Pirates, Cardinals if they're lucky. But Minnesota and Oakland is basically all set, and I think in keeping with my approach, I'm going to follow the exact lineups. Pitching in the first game was Jim Perry for Minnesota. Now I'm getting to something here. And for the first game for Baltimore was Mike Cuellar, and I have no problem following these lineups. And the Orioles took the first game 4-3. Now in the second game, the Orioles won at 1-0. This was in Minnesota, and it's Boswell pitching. That makes sense also. Okay, Perry in the first game, Boswell in the second game, and for the Orioles, they had McNally. Now it's 2-0. Now in the third game, you have a day off. That's October 5. The third game is October 6th, 7th. Oh, 6th. Oh, it was 3 in a row. I guess they have a day off after. And pitching is Palmer for the Orioles. That makes perfect sense, and they won at 11-2. But pitching for the Twins was Bob Miller, not Jim Cott. And I don't know if Cott was hurt or what. He doesn't have the greatest card. If we look at Miller, he really didn't pitch too much this year. He's a veteran. He was 5-5. He had a 3.02 ERA, which is actually, oh, Cott may have been injured. Okay, well, that answers it. Now that I look at Miller with a 3.02 ERA, which is better than Cott, it's making a lot more sense. So I just thought, does that make sense? Now that I'm looking at that, I withdraw my question. Looking back at Cott to see if he was hurt, he started on October 2. So he started this game. But he did not get the win. He went 5 innings. He allowed 5 runs. He had a bloated ERA this year, relatively bloated. But you see, he was rested enough. 2, 3, 4, 5. He was certainly 2, 3, 4, 5. He was certainly rested enough, I believe, to pitch. But they went with Miller instead. I don't know if he was injured, but I will go with Miller then in the playoffs. Case solved. And I thank you for the feedback there, Bill, if you think he was injured. But now that I look at Miller, he is adequate. You're not 100% sure. And, of course, I could do a replay of, I could do a search of newspaper clippings. To see if indeed he was hurt. If he was hurt, he probably got hurt right after that start when he went 5 innings. In any case, we're getting close to that time. Here's Jim Perry now. And Dave Duncan will be the batter. We have a scoreless ball game here. We're in the top of the third. I'm going to get some more coffee in a moment. And thank you all for allowing me to go through that. Okay, Perry is ready. Here's Duncan now. The windup by Perry and the pitch to Duncan. That's going to be 110, right-handed, grounds it to short for Leo. He fields it and throws it to Reese, 1 down. And here's the pitcher, Jim Nash. We have 2 Jims at it today, Jim Nash and Jim Perry. Nash a 1 WR. Here's Perry. And that is a 310 chopper to third for Bando, for Killebrew. And he fields it 2 away. And if any of you wondering, since I raised the question, Bert Campanara's coming up with 2 outs, by the way. And nobody on. Here's Cott. Here's Cott in 69. Well, he's not so bad, 3.49. He had a 14-13 record. And they went with Bob Miller rather than Cott, who only had 11 starts. Dean Chance came back, by the way. He was injured much of the season, but he had 15 starts. He's been pitching lately. He would have been a candidate, as might have been Dick Woodson, but Woodson is more of a... He talks about it in his book. But I'll do a little research. I have no problem bringing Miller in. Okay, Perry facing Campy. 2 outs here in the top of the third. And here's the windup and the pitch. So that's going to be a 1-8 right-handed. It's a base hit by Campy. So Campy singles with 2 outs. Let's see if he gets the green light. 1-14. Being held? I don't think so. Looking forward to the tutorial coming up. Oh, if you find out, Bill, I'd appreciate it. Folks, Tuesday, April 2 at 8 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. Baseball Demos is providing me with a tutorial on super advanced stealing, which I'm really looking forward to. Here's Tartable now. Right now we're using just advanced. I guess you would call it advanced. Here's Perry. And the pitch to Tartable. 3-10, right-handed, grounds it to second for Carew. Throws to Reese, and the side is retired. I mean, I could do a search. I could simply, we're in the middle of the third, it's scoreless. I could do a quick search here right now. Why? Didn't Cott start 1969 divisional playoffs? And, you know, that's going to be a very tough thing to even find on my first perusal brings nothing up. It's, you know, some things are very hard to find. Here we go, and leave it to Saber. Leave it to Saber. I'll read it to you. The Minnesota Twins returned home with their backs to the wall. This is the '69 playoffs. They lost the first 2 games. They had the lead in the first game until the 9th, et cetera, et cetera. Here it is. Twins manager Billy Martin chose Bob Miller to start when the 2 teams took the field at Metropolitan Stadium. Miller had finished the season with a 5-5 record. He had been used as a starter and reliever all season. Many fans wondered why Martin was using right-hander, trailing 2-0 instead of the gutty competitor Jim Cott. Martin responded to his critics saying, "I don't think that it reflects anything on any of our pitchers. Let's just say that Miller is a low ball pitcher and the Orioles are a good high ball hitting club." And there is a reference here. Here it is. Tom Beer. It doesn't have a link to it, but you see, if you're patient, here's the article. Martin stands firm against second guess from the Minneapolis Tribune. See if a search of that brings the article up. I doubt it. No. But if we trust Saber, we're gonna. We're gonna know that he went with Miller because he thought he was a good hitter. So there you go. Oh, there's Joel Horlin as I'm doing this. Yeah, because he was a low ball pitcher and the Orioles were high ball hitters. Okay, you and I, you searched it, and it answers my question. And I want to thank everybody for their question here. Will use Miller? Okay, we'll frickin' use Miller. Might be a different kind of series. By the way, here's Nash coming out to pitch the bottom of the third. And it's a scoreless game. It'll be Cardenas, Perry, and Eulander. Didn't work out for Martin, obviously. No, it did not. They were down 2-0. They got swept by 3. They got swept by 3 again the next year, 1970, I remember. I think the Reds beat the Pirates, I don't know if it was in 4 or 5. And I think it was on a Bob Moose wild pitch. Okay, that 70 Pirates team was a good team, but not quite as good as the Reds. I don't know if it was 3, 4, or 5. Well, here's Nash now facing Leo to start off the bottom of the third, the windup. And the pitch, 6-9, right-handed, struck him out. That's the second strikeout for Nash. And here's Jim Perry, his first plate appearance. Jim at 2 WS. Moose, the wild pitch. 72, I'm so sorry. You see how you can easily forget shit, you know what I mean? You can, as time spreads on. Johnny Sane didn't get along. Cott sided with Sane. Billy didn't appreciate that. Oh, that was Clemente's last game. Absolutely. Oh, wait a minute. Wasn't, yeah, that would be Clemente's last game. Absolutely. Griffith fired Martin after the playoffs. Those were classic times, though. That was a great Twins team, I'll tell you. So Sane was a pitching coach this year. He hates all pitchers. That's what I heard. He hates pitchers. That's like someone hating mothers. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Here's Nash facing Perry, 1 out, bottom of the third. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 4-7 switch hitter batting left, and he struck him out. That's 2 in a row for Nash on a 4-7 switch hitter batting left. And isn't it something, though, how you can find something like that, something as relatively rare or arcane. Sane was more sane than Martin. I think my toilet is more sane than Martin, but yeah, I imagine he was. 2 outs, nobody on. How you can find an answer to something like that? You know what I mean? Why he went with Miller instead of Cott. Miller actually proves to have a better card, I believe. Difference between a 3.34 and a 3.02. I don't know if they're both. Cott is a left-hander. I think Miller is a right-hander. Cott is a left-hander. That certainly might have implications. But I think the Orioles can hit anything. Okay, here's Nash now. 2 outs, nobody on. Facing Eulander, who singled in the first. And the pitch. That's going to be a 5-3. Left-handed, chopped to first X. All our X's have been to first thus far. That's for Francona. 419. 419. $419, 17.4. That's going to be a G1. Francona getting to it. He's an E19 though. He has already made an error today. 234 E19. And he's going to take it to the bag. So the side is retired. It's a 1-2-3 for Nash. Both pitchers on today. We've gone 3. It's a scoreless game. And I'm going to take a break for about 3 minutes, folks. I hope you don't mind. Sometimes I just need to do that. If any of you have any questions and you'd like them highlighted, by all means, I would love to have them here today. But also, if you want to just pop them in, we're pretty flexible around here. We'd love to just have you pop them right in. I'm Jeffrey Guterman. This is the Strat-O-Matic Sports Network. And again, as I said, we're taking a little break, scoreless after 3. We'll be back here in just a few minutes. Stand by, please. Well, we're back, and we're heading to the top of the fourth here. Thank you for your patience. Get myself a little cup of coffee. Perry takes the mound here. And Dave Brooks, Bobby Brooks, I'm so sorry. Bobby Brooks to lead it off. It's scoreless here, top of the fourth. Perry looking for number 20 today. Here's the pitch. That's going to be 4-11 right-handed. And that is a base hit by Brooks to lead it off for the A's. Brooks on first. And that'll bring up Captain Salbando. Bando steps in. Brooks on first, no outs. Perry from the stretch. Here's the pitch from Perry. That's going to be 4-6, right-handed, fly ball right. And Oliva is under it, one away. Now here's Tito Francona. 20-6 record, by the way. He's looking for his 20th today. Oh. Here's Perry now from the stretch. Francona singled in the second, thrown out trying to tag. The pitch from Perry. That's going to be 2-7 right-handed, and there's going to be a drive hit out into the gap by Francona. It's dropping. It's a double, and Brooks goes to third. So Perry in trouble here. Second and third, one down. And here's Dick Green. Green's been a mighty hitter lately. Monday on deck. Here's Perry. That's 3-9, right-handed. Struck him out. Oh, and that was a big one by Jim. 2 outs now. Oh, my God. We're going to walk Monday. Absolutely. Monday is being intentionally walked, and Duncan, I hate to game the system, but I just can't resist a 126 hitter. And we'll let him hit at least twice, maybe 3 times, unless the A's are winning. I hate to game the system like that, but they might have walked Monday anyway. So the bases are full with A's. 2 outs. Here's Duncan now. Perry. And the pitch. That's 6-2 right-handed. Fly ball left X. This is for you, Lander. He's at 2-1. Gonna have trouble messing that up. You, Lander, getting to it. Oh, that's a 1-2 double 2. Oh my. So it backfires. It was a 1-2 D2 double for Duncan. He's an E1, 9-12. It's going to be a D2 and 2 will score. It was second and third already, so the walk did not cause an extra run to score. But what we can say is that Duncan gets a big clutch double here. He hit 126, and I guess that was one of the 126s. So Monday goes to third. It's second and third. Here's Nash now. Duncan allows 2 runs. It would have been a fly ball left had Monday was allowed to hit anyway. However, I think the roll would have been different based on the butterfly effect. So it's second and third, 2 outs. Here's Nash now. Perry trying to finish this up here with 2 runs. Here's the pitch, 3-8, and he struck him out. So, whoops, that's his second strikeout. That'll be 3 in total. 2 runs for the A's on 3 hits and 2 left on. We're in the middle of the 4th. It's Oakland 2, Minnesota nothing. Here's Nash now. Rod Carew leads it off. He gets a good hand. He struck out in the first. Okay, here's Nash now. The windup and the pitch to Carew. That's going to be 1-2 right-handed, and it's a base hit for Rodney. A leadoff single. Carew being held 1-11. And here's Oliva. A man who Carew to this day calls his best friend. Oliva popped to first in the first. It's Carew on first. Tony is the tying run. Here's Nash from the stretch. The pitch to Tony, 2-5, and it's a base hit. A chip single right up the middle, if you will. Sort of like almost a Texas League blooper. Carew goes to second and holds. And here comes the big man, Harmon Killebrew. Big hand for Harmon. Twins fans waiting for him to hit number 50. He led the league, I believe, with 49. Yes, he did. And he was most valuable player Okay, here's Nash now from the stretch. The pitch to Killebrew. That's going to be 3-2. Oh, he taps it back to Nash, to second, to first, double play. And Carew goes to third. It was a 3-2 right-handed. And now Rich Reese comes up. Clutch situation. Look at this 322 hitter. I suppose he qualified. Did he qualify? I don't know what the, I think it was 3.1 plate appearances. I don't know if it's still the case to qualify. That would be 502 plate appearances. I don't think he had that many with walks and everything else. Here's Reese now in a clutch situation. Carew on third, Reese the tying run at the plate. Nash. And the pitch to Reese. That's going to be 4-9 left-handed, and that is a drive hit out into the gap, extra bases. Carew will score, and Reese at third with a triple. And that makes it a 2-1 ball game, a clutch triple by Reese. He had 4. It was 4-9 left-handed off Nash, triple 1, and it was a 1 on that 20 die. So it's 2-1. Reese on third, 2 outs. Here's Tovar now, clutch situation. Nash trying to get out of this now. The pitch to Tovar. That'll be 1-4 right-handed, fly ball right. And Brooks getting onto that. And he makes the catch, and the side is retired. It was 1-4 right-handed. Wait a minute, 1-4, yes it was. And the side is out, but the Twins do get a run. It was 2 singles, a double play, and then with Carew on third, the triple by Reese, almost overkill. He was left on third. And it's 2-1 after 4. We're heading to the 5th now. After Perry allowed 2 runs in the 4th. His first endurance the 7th, Nash the 6th. Indeed. Here's Campanaris now, 1 for 2. Looking at real world here in Major League Baseball. Running through the scores quickly. Atlanta 3 at Philadelphia 2 in the top of the 6th. Mets trail 2-1 against Milwaukee. They're in New York. At the end of the 5th, it's 4-1 Angels over the Orioles in Baltimore. 3-3 Washington at Cincinnati, top of the 5th. Toronto 7, Tampa Bay 1, middle of the 5th in Tampa Bay. In Miami, it's 6-4 Miami, middle of the 5th. Tigers, White Sox in Chicago tied at 1, top of the 4th. Yankees tied with Houston 1-1 in Houston. Yankees have won the first 3 of this 4-game series. Kansas City has blown out Minnesota 9-0 in Kansas City, end of 2. It's Cubs 3, Rangers 0, bottom of the 2nd in Texas. And everything else starts later. And that's your Strat-O-Matic Network update. Bert Campanaris will lead it off here, top of the 5th. Here's Perry now. And the pitch to Bert. That's going to be a 3-6 right-handed. Pops it up to first for Reese, one away. Now Jose Tartable, 0 for 2 today. Six, 8 left-handed, single one. It's a liner to first, caught by Reese. 2 outs. And Bobby Brooks. Here's Perry. The windup and the pitch to Brooks. 2-7. And he walked him. So Brooks is on. He singled and scored in the 4th, grounded out to first in the 1st. A 2-out walk to Brooks. And the captain, Sal Bando, 0 for 2. Here's Perry now. That's going to be 1-7 right-handed. Grounds it to short, not being held. Cardenas scoops it and throws to Reese, and the side is retired. So it's no runs, no hits. The walk to Brooks. Left on base, middle of the 5th, and this is a 2-1 ball game. Again, the Twins took the first of this 2-game series. Jim Nash on the mound for his 5th inning. His first endurance will be the 6th. It'll be the bottom 3rd. Roseboro, Cardenas, and Perry due up. See if that coffee has already cooled off. We'll get a new cup after this inning. Roseboro flew to left in the 2nd. Here's Nash now. That's going to be 6-7 left-handed. Grounds it to 2nd X for Green. Green at 2-13. (17-2). That's going to be a G1 for Green. E13, 5-7-8. And he throws him out. Roseboro is retired. And here's Leo Cardenas. Leo struck out by Nash in the 3rd. Nash, he winds and deals. And here's the pitch, 3-9 right-handed, struck him out. And he really dealt with that one. 4th strikeout, 1, 2, 3, 5th strikeout, I'm so sorry, for Nash today. And that'll bring Perry up. 2 outs with nobody on. That's 6-10. Switch hitter batting left. Grounds it to 3rd X. That'll be for Bando. Bando a 2-24. Oh, we got a double coming. I can see it from here. 224 Bando, 13-2 G1. He gets to it. E24, 6-11-14. And he throws him out. That's got to be an 18. You know, it's awfully hard to see that. You see how that is on the folds and it's worn out? So what we have here, just to let you know, folks, is we have a graphic, because we don't want to take any chances here, and this was sent to me nicely in high resolution. 61114, and he's an E. We don't guess. E2414, and no, it's an 18. It's on the fold, and that will retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning for Nash. We've gone 5. It's 2-1. We have a double shot 7th inning. I'm going to try to have my one more cup before that. As Perry comes up, Francona 2 for 2 today. Singled, thrown out, trying to tag, doubled and scored on the 2-out clutch double by Duncan. He scored along with Brooks. Francona with only 85 at bats. I don't know how much longer we're going to be seeing him, but he's starting. And here's Francona, top of the 6th. It's 2-1 Oakland. Francona again 2 for 2 today. Here's Perry. That's going to be 1-6 right-handed, base hit. He's 3 for 3 today. Now, what do you expect from a guy with a card where he's hitting .341? So Francona on first, nobody out. Here's Dick Green. Green 1 for 2. Perry from the stretch. That's going to be 2-9 right-handed. Oh, there's the number right there. It's a base hit. 2 asteroids. Francona, not fast, but he goes to third on that. And they have first and third, just like they did in the second, but with no outs. 2-9 right-handed. And here's Rick Monday. Flew to center, intentionally walked. Infield is back. Here's Perry. The pitch to Monday, 2-8, and he walked him unintentionally that time, if you will. That'll load him up now for Duncan. And with a lead, we'll let him hit again, folks. 126 in real world. 126 hitter. He is he's a 3+1. Bases full, infield back. Nobody out. Perry sure could use a strikeout here. There's a lot of them on that card. Here's Perry now. Whoa, that's wild. Bill Ivamy, that is a wild frickin' statistic. Here's the pitch to Duncan. That is 5-2 right-handed. Struck him out off of Perry's card. That's his 4th strikeout. Big strikeout. And here's Nash. Twins just trying to stay in the groove here in the late going now. With about 2 weeks left in the season, they just want to continue winning, keep their rotation going, not have to overuse their bullpen, but stay on a winning mindset. It's 1 out, bases full, and Nash the batter. Here's Perry, infield back. That's going to be 2-8, and he struck him out. That's 5 now for Perry. And Bert Campaneris will come up in a clutch situation. Bases loaded, no outs. And he didn't qualify. And isn't it something how people don't remember that? 59 in the, what league we talking? Because I'm not sure which league it was. Pete Runnels for the Reds. Whew, Lord, that is some esoteric stuff there. AL. Wasn't Runnels on the Reds? You know, I don't know. I don't know who could have won that title. I'm just completely lost who it could have been. Oh, he was a Red Sox. Okay, I don't know. I remember he was on the Reds at one time, wasn't he? Here's Campaneris now, clutch situation. This is a big situation as well for Perry here. He loaded the bases with nobody out, struck out Duncan and Nash. Now it's Burt now. Here's Perry. Full wind up, and the pitch to Campy. That's going to be 2-9, and he struck him out. He struck out the side. So Jim Perry, really quite impressive there. Loading the bases, 2 singles. It was first and third, the walk to Monday, and he struck out Duncan, Nash, and Campaneris to retire the side. And we're heading to the bottom of the 6th. It's a good ball game, 2-1 Oakland. And here comes Nash, who's pitching good baseball. That was quite a feat there, I think, by Perry. I'm going to get myself another cup here. That's the last cup for sure. That was the last freaking cup, folks. Last cup of the day. There we go. Okay, Nash now in his first endurance inning. It'll be the top of the order. And Ted Uhlaender will lead it off here. Uhlaender 1 for 2, singled in the first, left on, grounded to first in the third. Here's Nash. The pitch to Uhlaender. That's going to be 5-10, left-handed, ballpark slash. Uhlaender, left-handed hitter in Minnesota. And that is going to be caught by Green. Oh my, nice catch by Dick Green there. I still don't understand why these are not ground balls. If we're testing the ballpark effect, someone try to explain that to me. But it was lined out to Green, 1 away. And here comes Carew. Carew 1 for 2, singled and scored the only run for Minnesota today. It was on the triple by Reese. You know, I might post that to a question on X or even YouTube. See if Strat-O-Matic would come back and answer it publicly. Okay, here's Nash now. Again, in his first endurance inning. The wind-up, the pitch to Carew. That's 3-5, and there's a base hit by Rodney. I'll tell you, just like a Hall of Famer, that card. Rodney hit 332 this year. Carew on first, and Oliva will come up the tying run. He's being held. I don't like to penalize the defense every frickin' B. That will probably end that problem when I learn super advanced stealing. Here's Nash now with Karl on first, Tony at the plate. Tony 1 for 2. Nash from the stretch. Here's the pitch. That's going to be 5-9 left-handed. It's hit well by Oliva into the gap. Oh my, it's dropping, and it's a double. There's a chance for Rodney to come home here with the tying run. This is a tough call here. 5-8 left-handed. Oh, wait a minute. 5-9 left-handed. Just missed the home run. It's a double to center. It'll be Monday -2. And Karl -1 to 17. It's going to be 1 to 15. And we're going to frickin' send him home with 1 out. I know it's a tough call because it's only 1 out, but he's coming home and he's safe. Whoa, Karl slides in under the tag. Oliva goes to third. It's a tie ball game. Whoa. That was a close call. That was a close freaking call. Again, he's fast, Rodney. 1 to 17. Coming around. -2 on Monday, 1 to 15. Whoa. Oliva goes to third, the go-ahead run. It's 1 out. Here's Harmon. They're going to frickin' hit to him. Now 1 more hit and or walk, and Nash has reached fatigue. My goodness. Lock him in the right-hander, but this game seems a little close. Roland pitched last game. We'll save Roland to see if he's even eligible. Lockman is warming. Fingers is not much, really, to write home about this year. Here's Harmon now. Wait a minute, what happened here? Oh yeah, he went to third on the throw. Here's Harmon. They're going to pitch to him. With Reese, a 322 hitter on deck. Here's Nash now. Tie ball game. Here's the pitch to Harmon. That's going to be 6-7 right-handed. Grounds to second X. Uh-oh. But it's Green at 213. With a runner on third. He did start recently, yeah. Green at 213, which would preclude him. 213, that's going to be 15-2. That's a G1. Lord. And Green and E13, 2, 4, 5 rare play. Here we go again. A G1 rare play. If there's a runner on first, the batter hits a ground ball to Green, who starts a double play. The runner on first breaks up the double play. If there's a runner on first, this is not apply. There's no runner on first. With no runners on first, and that would include anything else, he grounds out with the runners holding. How do you like that? Green holds. That's a good rare play. Not that it's a rare play. It was no runner on first, but it clarifies it pretty well. 2 outs now. And here's Rich Reese, left-handed hitter. Reese actually has more power against left-handers. Seems to be actually maybe a little better against left-handers. But in any event, we're going to just have Nash pitch to him, try to get out of this. It's 2 outs. The go-ahead run is Oliva on third. Here's Nash now, trying to get out of this. 1 hitter walk away from fatigue. The pitch to Reese. That's 4-3, left-handed. Struck him out. Oh, and he went down swinging. Lord. 4-3, left-handed. And the side is retired. We've had some ball game here today. For Minnesota, 1 run, 2 hits. And we had Carew score from first on the double by Tony. We've gone 6. It's a 2-2 ball game. And here's Jim Perry now, top of the 7th. And Jose Tartabull will lead it off. This is Jim Perry's first endurance inning, and we have a double shot right after this half inning. I'm looking forward to that. Taking a little break. What a ball game. It's a 2-2 game. Okay, Perry is ready. Jose 0 for 3. Here's the windup and the pitch from Perry. 6-7, left-handed, base hit. So Tartabull opens up with a single on a 6-7 left-handed. Here's Bobby Brooks. Had some real good games lately. The Dodger Reds doubleheader was wonderful. Okay, here's Perry now, facing Brooks from the stretch. That's 5-12 right-handed, grounds to second X. Carew, a 326. Carew, 17-3. It's a G1. Whoa, this could be a double. E26, can he hold on to it? 3-5-6. E26. It is going to be a G1 double play with the runner on first. Let's score that 4-6-3 double play. 2 outs, nobody on. And here's the captain, Sal Bando now. You got to be very careful pitching to him. Bando 0 for 3 today. 2 outs, nobody on. Okay, here's Perry now. The pitch to Bando. That is 4-5 right-handed. And he grounds it to third for Killebrew. And he throws it to Reese. And the side is retired. What a ball game. Both pitchers pitching very good baseball. We're in the 7th inning stretch here in a 2-2 ball game. And Kathy Harden for the double shot here. Now wait for it, folks. It's a double shot. I got a little left over here from yesterday, Kathy. You may have remembered. Just a little bit left over. Wait for it now. The Secret Service was originally set up to go after this crime before it became the president's security. And I think they still deal with it, as well as other things. Of course, I could be wrong. Counterfeiting. And they still do they still check out crimes, a lot of crimes, a lot of different types of areas. Great question from Kathy here in the middle of the 7th. And there's gonna be a second one here. Now this one, I want you all to wait for it here. I want you all to wait for this. Thank you, Bill Iverme, thank you. Just read it somewhere. Boy, that was a very tasty hit. Now wait for it, folks. There's gonna be another one coming here. Another one coming. A double shot, second of two coming from Kathy. Lord, that was a good hit. It's amazing how little it was. It was the one from yesterday. Now wait for it, it's gonna come. Here it is, the animal with the closest fingerprints to humans. I'm gonna say, that's a tough one, but I'm gonna go with gorilla. If not that, I would go with chimpanzee. Bill goes with penguin toes. because I don't think that they have fingers. I don't think they have hands. And oh, Joel Horlin with an orangutan. Oh, that is a, we're going with the primates, the upper primates. Yeah, that was wrong part of the anatomy. Oh, we're waiting for this one. I am eager to find out this one. Kathy Harden. I have a feeling it's Joel Horlin with an orangutan. I have a feeling it's an orangutan, folks. I don't know how into penguins you are, but I hope not too much. It's koalas, but orangutans are close. Holy shit. Holy shit, let's give one out. Let's give it to Joel for even getting close. And let's give it to Kathy for just an absolutely awesome freaking question. I had no idea. Oh. I had no freaking idea. They are lovely, lovely animals. The orangutan is. I thank you, Kathy, for just giving us a great another question here. Folks, I need to take a step outside for about 2 or 3 minutes. And, one of the things I really appreciate, I know this is an incredible ball game, but I need to get some fresh air after I took that small hit, There's upsides, downsides, but I'll leave you with this. And when I come back, it'll be the bottom of the 7th in a 2-2 ball game, Oakland at Minnesota. And Jim Nash will get set to pitch his second endurance inning with 2 hits against him in his first endurance. Hang in there, folks. I will be back very soon now. I'll be right back. That was a great question. I had no idea. In fact, I didn't even know they have fingerprints. I guess I had never thought about it. I'll be right back. And I am fine, everybody. I just need to get fresh air for about 2 to 3 minutes. I'm going to be fine. Fine with finishing this ball game, no problem, and doing it very nicely. Thanks for your patience so much. I'll be right back. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Guterman and I am back here in Studio B. I might want to save this. Put this right up here. See how long that lasts. I can just pull that out as needed. Yeah, there it is. got that hanging now. Bill live with me. I did not find out, and I can't find that for the life of me. So, but we know it happened. Okay, let's just say that. We know it happened. You know, it'd be like Ruth's cold shot. The only people that really know, really, maybe is Ruth. I don't know if Charlie Root knew. I question if Charlie knew. And it's Jeffrey Goodman here in Studio B, getting ready for the conclusion of this ball game. We are at, I guess it's called Minneapolis. We know it happened, Bill. It's just one of those things. It's a shame. I should have bookmarked it or something because, you know, I've done the other things, the no-hitter, the this, the that. Minneapolis, I think it's called Minneapolis Memorial Stadium. You know, the score sheet is gone because I dumped them after a certain number of games. You know what I'm saying, Bill? And they're dumped already. Paper, yeah, dump. I dump my paper. I keep about 2 days at a time. So it's you know, maybe if one of us goes through Metropolitan Stadium, that's all it was called. Yeah, Metropolitan. Didn't I say the word? Yeah, Bill, it's just one of those things, you know. But if you ever need me, Bill, to corroborate for a friend or other person, I'll be more than glad to do so. You know, if we could somehow communicate with them, I'll sign an affidavit. Oh, Lord. Well, we're heading to the bottom of the seventh. There's still plenty of baseball to play, I would say. And it's Metropolitan Stadium. It's just simply called that. Okay. You know, I thought it had a municipal in it, but it's going to be Jim Nash. Big test, I think, for Jim Nash here in the bottom of the seventh. Yeah, well, Bill, if you want to go live together here on YouTube, and or if you want me to, I'm just too tired to think about it right now, but a testimony, a YouTube testimony. I don't even remember the teams. Well, big test here for Jim Nash in a 2-2 tie ball game, and I'm just glad it's a good ball game we're playing here. Bottom of the seventh, Cesar Tovar. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. And here's Nash. Tovar 0 for 2, reached on the error by Francona and was thrown out stealing by Duncan. And he's 0 for 2 today. Nash is ready. Here's the pitch. That's going to be 3-9 right-handed. Chops it to short. And Campy has it. Throws it on over to Francona for the first out. It's been a great pitching. You saved this, exactly. I just provided the testimony. And if anyone's listening, and you may want to cue it up, you can cue it up. That's a brilliant idea. Great idea, that's creative. And I'll let you all know it was a double play with Strat-O-Matic, and then it turned out to be a triple play per Strat-O-Matic, but it doesn't tell you how it occurs, especially if it's unassisted, which is very rare. And I adopted a house rule from Bill Ivamy that holds that you roll the 20 die, and if it's a 20, it was unassisted. I rolled it, and it was a 20. And my first unassisted ever. So any of you guys listening, it really happened. And look, I got bigger fish to fry. I have other things in life that I want people to believe than this, that I would make this up. Folks, I would not even be making this up. I mean, it's a dumb thing to make up anyway. Okay? You're waiting for your first, okay. Here's Nash now facing Roseboro, 1 out. Nash has gone all the frickin' way here today. Second endurance inning. He did have 2 hits in this first endurance inning. Here's the pitch to Roseboro. And that's going to be 2-11 right-handed, and that's a ballpark slash. Left-handed, he's an 18. And no, it's caught by Green. Oh, Green has been so good at second base all frickin' year for Oakland. A nice catch by Green. Look at that again, 2-11 right-handed, ballpark slash. And on that ballpark slash, left-handed in Metropolitan Stadium. 1-10, it was an 18. So we have 2 down now. Nash really pitching very impressive. I'm just impressed, in contrast to Perry, who I would expect this from. Here's Leo Cardenas. I got the, by the way, I got the, Bill, it's a good one here, actually. I think it was the Rudy May game. Yeah, I got the Rudy May game in my special section. That's what I failed to do, especially. Here's the Rudy May game, first game of the doubleheader with Rudy. I'm replaying now, folks. This is nostalgia. In fact, this is exactly, coincidentally, this roll was when Pavlitic broke it up in the 9th. There it is for you, folks. It was a 2-7 right-handed. Oh, no. It's a fly to right. Oh, wait a minute. What the fuck was that? That looks very fucked up. Oh yeah, that was the X roll. Okay, I'm saying, what the hell am I looking at an X roll on a? There's the roll. When Pavlitic, let's back it up just a drop here. Oh shit! Now I'm back on the loop. Shit, no, I couldn't be. Oh yeah, this is when we got caught up. Forget it. I'm not going to do this anymore, but this is when we got caught up. Now read the next roll. Is that real world? Is that real time? No, that's the old one. Here we are. back in real time. So it's 2 outs, nobody on. Leo is at the plate. Okay, here's Nash now. The windup, the pitch to Leo with 2 outs. Quite intense. 3-7 right-handed, grounds it to third for Bando, the captain. And he throws him out, and it's a 1-2-3 for Nash, looking stronger than ever and completely refreshed, mind you. And we're moving to the bottom of the, bottom of the 7th, top of the 8th, I'm so sorry. And it's just one of those games, a great freaking game. And here's Perry now. They'll match it up here. Both starters going strong. Now, Perry is due up in the bottom of the 8th. They have Perinoski, who is absolutely available. And you want to keep Ron at least using him regularly. You know what I'm saying? You do not want to lay off him as you get ready for the playoffs. And in fact, Perinoski is warming. Wow, how do you like that? Perinoski, he died, I think, a year or 2 ago. Perinoski, look at that frickin' ERA, is warming. Awesome hit, inning ratio. Okay. Doesn't let up too many homers, I don't think. No. He is a left-hander, and he's freaking warming. Whoa. Okay, here's Perry now. This may be his last inning. We'll see. And it's going to be Francona. Tito's had a busy day today. 3 for 3. Thrown out at home. Trying to tag on a Rick Monday fly ball to center. Didn't have the steam on that. And then he made an error to no big problem. Ron might still be alive. Ron, who were we talking about? Ron whom? Who was I talking about a Ron? Shit, I am stumped by that, but very curious. Ron whom? And it just goes to show how I can't remember what I was talking about. If it could be a terrible idea of reference, sort of a almost psychotic delusion on my part that, oh, Ron Perinoski, oh, I'm so crazy. No, I think he died, but you know what? I could frickin' be wrong. I remember when he died. He died in 2020, and he played for the Dodgers, Twins. He was one of the first, wasn't he? One of the earlier kind of closers. And you see Ron Perinoski has had mixed results this year for Minnesota. Yeah, no problem. I'm wrong a lot. Perinoski is warming. If I could just confirm that, and if any of you need to see it, it's right there on the, here are the Twins, and here that, I put that like that for him warming. I just put him like that. Take the coffee away because we're done with that drug for the day. And Perry will set out to start the 8th inning, and every expectation is that he is going to be able to finish this inning. There might be a hitter. I do not know. I have a house rule, but it's really a house rule of thumb. You know, it's good if we share house rules. If it's a tie ball game and it's 9th inning, I'm going to pinch hit for a pitcher if the starter has been in all the way. If you're in the 10th or 11th, I'm going to do the same. Okay? Whenever the pitcher, no matter how tired they are. Now, there have been exceptions. I kept Gibson in. I think I let him hit in the 9th. I'm not certain, but he ended up pitching 11. That's very rare. I don't like to do that. I know that frickin' Marichal pitched something like 13 in a start this year in real world. I did no such thing. Nor was it necessary, but with Gibson, I made an exception. Here's Francona facing what might be, but we're not certain, the final inning here. The pitch from Perry. That's going to be 4-7, final inning for Perry, that is. 4-7 left-handed, struck him out. That's going to be number 7. He struck out the side in the 6th, if you recall. Here's Dick Green now. Dick 2 for 3. Done very nicely. In the field today, as he's been doing all year, all freaking year, done very well. Here's Perry now. The pitch to Green. And that's going to be 6-7 right-handed. Base hit to right for Green. There you go. Green's been hitting so nicely. And he's 3 for 4 today. Some of us may remember the I don't know what you would call it. It turned out to be sort of a spectacle of, I think it was Mike Andrews making errors at second base in the World Series, and Finley, I think, I could be wrong. I'm wrong a lot. I think it was Finley who pressured Dick Williams, the manager, to frickin' pull him, and that's when I thought he brought Dick Green in. I used to think Dick Green had made the errors. I didn't know who they brought in, but I was corrected. So this is actually I hope I'm correct about my correction, and that was a sort of a sad thing. Anyway, Green on first, 1 down. Here's Monday now. Monday's been a pain in the ass to the Twins. First of all, he threw Francona out trying to tag, which wasn't too hard to do. But he also, first of all, they intentionally walked him. Nothing came in, didn't backfire. They were lucky, but no one likes to intentionally walk someone. Sometimes you choose to do so. And then he walked on his own to load the bases with no outs, and that's when Perry got out of it by striking out the next 3 batters. That was in the 6th. Here we are in the 8th, 1 out. It's Green on first. Monday at the plate. Perry from the stretch and the pitch. That's going to be 5-9, left-handed, fly ball left. Yeah, under that is Eulander, and he makes the catch. Oh, Eulander came in nicely, Kathy. A little bit to his right. He had to move. But he got under that on a 5-9 left-handed. And it's 2 away. B, we ignore, of course, with no one on third. And here's Dave Duncan. And you know what? It's going to be the 8th inning. We're gonna hit for Dave Duncan. Oh, you see, this is where we do this, folks. I don't really like to do it. They would probably have had him hit anyway. But I can't in good mind when he's already been, he did hit a double, but and I hate to do it, Kathy, but I really hate to frickin' do this. It's gonna be I hate to do this. Fortunately, this is not a pennant race game, okay? But Bob Johnson is gonna hit. I'm not gonna sit and ignore that. Phil Roof, who has been playing. If we're gonna win, let's win it right, huh? Phil Roof, who has been playing, will come in. He's strapping on the gear. They hope he doesn't have to. He's a better catcher than Duncan anyway. He's actually a 2.05. That's like almost a world-class freaking catcher. But it will be Bob Johnson. Some people may object to this situation here, especially if he gets a big hit. And like I said, it will be Roof, a 2.05 coming in to catch. A 2.05. So Roof is putting that shit on. And it's going to be Johnson hitting for the catcher, Duncan, who now I'm hearing there's a reason he was taken out. He has he's vomiting. He has some sort of bug, some sort of flu bug. So we wish the best to Dave Duncan. He suddenly became afflicted with a rash of vomiting, and it turns out I think it's a bug he caught. Okay, 2 outs. It's Green on first, and Bob Johnson, they're really going for it here in the 8th. Here's the pitch to Johnson. That's going to be 2-9, right-handed. Oh, it's a non-clutch situation, fly ball to right, can of corn for Oliva, and the side is retired, and Perry will come out and pitch the bottom of the 9th to try to keep the Twins in this ball game. How do you like that? Was that something? 5-6 right-handed. Wait a minute. Oh, 2-9. Yeah, I'm sorry. 2-9 right-handed. There it is, fly ball right. And it's not a base hit because it was not a clutch situation. And the side is retired. And isn't that something? Johnson was used, and now, isn't that something? Keep in mind that Nash is frickin' coming out. Oh my. And Roof, by the way, will be catching. And isn't that cozy? Bottom of the 8th. It's not the 9th. But they were going for some sort of rally there. And failed. And Nash will come out, and there's going to be a hitter for Perry. How do you like that? Not Perry to win it. I had some mistaken idea earlier. I said Perry will come out to win it. No. I am so sorry. Nash coming out, bottom of the 8th. Perry is due up, and there's going to be a hitter for Perry. And yes, it's going to be Perinoski coming in next inning. Ron has died. Let's think about people who die, and we're sorry for them. We're sorry for the loved ones. And it's just one of those things, you know, in my older age, I am really grappling with that it freaking has to happen. And someday, you know, they say with immortality, there may be a chance to at least maybe extend life enormously, like you wouldn't believe, through bioregeneration and all sorts of things. But unfortunately, I'm going to miss the boat on that. Perinoski warming in the bullpen. Let's see who's hitting. And while we wait for that, we can say that Perry pitched 8. No decision thus far. 10 hits, very spread out. He walked 3, 1 intentionally. He struck out 7, and he allowed 2 runs. And they were both in the 4th. He had a rough inning there with Duncan with the big hit, and that's how he gets rewarded. They pinch hit for him and chuck him. That's that's gaming the system. That's freaking, gaming the Strat-O-Matic system because he's a 126 hitter. Let's see who's hitting here for the, it's only bottom of the 8th, but these teams are playing like it's the 9th, and I want to see who's going to hit here. They have won the division, so there's no urgency to with anything, but we're going to go with the youngster. I don't think it was his first year. He is a left-handed hitter. He only hit .222, but shit, we're going to do it anyway. It's going to be Greg Nettles. Why? Because he is Greg Nettles, and there's a chance he could walk or get a hit. So we're frickin' bringing him in. He was on this Twins team. He had 225 at-bats. I have to assume he was... I wonder if he started. I don't think he started much. Nettles used as sort of a substitute and a utility player, mostly in the outfield. And he's going to come in to hit here against Nash, who really, I'm thinking of Nash as a youngster who has much less experience than Jim Perry. I could be wrong. Maybe he was in the league before him. But Nash, less accustomed to going this long. We're in the 8th. Here's Nettles, left-handed hitter against the right-hander Nash, who's gone all the way. Tie ball game, bottom of the 8th. Here's the pitch to Nettles. And that's going to be a 2-2. And that's going to be a base hit by Nettles, up the middle. Whoa. Nettles has singled off Nash to start off the bottom of the 8th. Whoa. And we will let him run because there's nobody else who can run for any reason. So Nettles on first. Here's Eulander now. It's a C bunter. Carew on deck, then Oliva. And then Killebrew. I mean, depending on how far you want to go here, it's only bottom of the 8th. There's action in the, and Nash is due up in the 9th, by the way. Lockerman is the go-to guy here. And we're going with Lockerman because Roland, their best, if you will, pitched last game, and we will double check if needed if it comes up later whether he also pitched on the 15th and therefore 14th and therefore would not be eligible. But Lockerman is warming. Wow. Okay, so Lockerman warming. That means they can use somebody else if Nash gets fatigued here in the 8th. Nettles on first. Eulander at the plate. Again, left-handed hitter. Here's Nash from the stretch. The pitch to Eulander, 1-6. It's hit deep to left. Tartable going back at the wall, lifts his glove and just grabs it. Oh, Lord, that was a long out. And that almost gave somebody a coronary, but that was a home run 1-2, fly ball left 3-20, and it was a 3 on that 20 frickin' die. And Tartable, that means Tartable went back on that and got it. I don't know how you'd want to look at that, but, you know, I say that's amazing out by Jose Tartable, the father of Danny. Okay, Nettles on first. Here's Rodney now. Rodney's still alive in real world. You know, he had open heart surgery. Freaking heart condition. I'd rather die. I'd be too afraid. Here's Carew now. Nash from the stretch. See if he can hang in there. He let up the base hit to Nettles and then a long fly ball like that. Here's the pitch to Carew, 4-3. Left-handed, and he struck him out. Oh, Carew went down swinging. Oh, Lord. We are watching some great pitching today, if I've ever said so. And that's the 7th for Nash. My goodness, both pitchers, it looks like, will end up pitching 8 innings here. And here's Oliva now. Now you gotta watch this guy. This guy can pop it. Nash. The pitch to Oliva. 2-5 base hit up the middle. With one asteroid. And out comes the manager, if any of you remember who it was. Or we could say it's the pitching coach coming out here to talk to Nash now. Oh, it's getting tense here. Bottom of the 8th. First on second, it was just a line single to center. Picked up quickly by Monday and thrown back in right to second. Nettles went right to the base and stood there. And so it's first and second, 2 outs with Harmon coming up. And they're going to keep him in this ball game. Okay, I don't know who the manager was, but they're going to keep Nash in this freaking ball game. Let's see. And if they go to extra innings for Oakland or in the bottom of the 9th, they may go with Roland. Hank Bauer. Hank Bauer. Thank you, Joel. But I realize he after all he sent out the pitching coach. Here's Tony now. Clutch situation. Nash. 1 hit or walk away from fatigue, and maybe even allowing the first go-ahead run in this ball game. Here's Nash now. The pitch to Tony. 2-6. Oh, it's a base hit. Oh, wait a minute. It's Harmon is up. And folks, we can replay this. We can do whatever the hell you want. But it is not Tony. It is Harmon, and he struck him out. Oh, Kathy Harden, I am so sorry. Oh, did he? McNamara. Wow. He struck him out, Nash. And there's no question, no need for a replay. You can see it very simply. Killebrew is due up with 2 outs. I had neglected and or not yet moved Oliva's card. It was a 2-6 for Killebrew. That's what it was for, and he struck him out. And we have seen some great pitching. That will be it for Jim Nash today. So both pitchers with no decisions thus far. Nash can still win this. He pitched 8. Actually, I think pitched better than Perry even. 8 hits. He did not walk a frickin' batter. He did not. That's pretty damn good, isn't it? 8 strikeouts in 8 innings. Wow, that's also pretty damn good. And he allowed 2 runs. We can close him out. And there is a new pitcher, by the way, for Minnesota, and it's Ron Perinoski. As we head to the top of the 9th in a 2-2 ball game here. McNamara took over. Wow. Was he the same guy who became a manager years later for the Reds even, I think? My memory is getting foggy. There's some stuff I remember, folks. And as Perinoski takes his warm-ups to pitch to a pinch hitter for Nash. I'm actually going to check to see if Roland pitched on the 14th. If he didn't, he will come in. I'm telling you. It is a tedious friggin' thing to do. But we do it. On the 14th, Roland for Oakland. Here it is. Whoa, it was a doubleheader. Dobson started the first game, and Roland did come in, and he got the save, so therefore he is not available. So that's that. We will not abuse these people. And we'll follow the Strat-O-Matic rule, no 2 days in a row. Okay, Perinoski is ready now. Top of the 9th. And there's going to be a hitter for Nash. There's going to be a hitter for Nash, and it's going to be Lockerman coming in. So that's your contrast. Lockerman in for Oakland with Perinoski, really a super card. 2.11 ERA. Left-hander. Let's see who's hitting here. All tied up, top of the 9th. It's 2-2 game. We used the big gun Bob Johnson. He flew to right. The rest of the lineup is pretty underwhelming. So therefore we will go with, I don't know why he's not playing. He's probably hurt. But I'm going to tell you something, folks, and Kathy, I hope you don't mind it. I'm going to give them, it's just an intuitive thing. Danny Cater, who's been suffering from a severe strain and hasn't played, but look at all those at-bats. He's got to be well enough to come to bat here. And so Cater will lead it off, hitting for Nash. The right-hander against the southpaw Perinoski. Here's Perinoski now. Very, very strange, but that's what they're doing. Here's the pitch to Cater. That's going to be 1-7, and he chops it to second. Carew has it. Rodney tosses it. To Reese, 1 down. So Cater is retired, Kathy Harden. And yeah, here comes Bert. Bert 1 for 4. Perinoski into his windup. Here's the pitch to Bert. That's going to be a 2-9 left-handed. Struck him out. Oh, that's 1 for Ron. Ron is a world-class reliever. I think that's pretty fair to say, wouldn't you all? We've had our moments with him. Is he perfect? No. Does he sometime let up runs? Yeah, hell yeah. But he's the man they're banking on, if needed, for the playoffs. And Twins hope the World Series. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's Tartable. 1 for 4 today. The pitch from Perinoski. And that's going to be 5-10 left-handed. Fly ball left. It's a can of frickin' corn. For Eulander. He catches it in his apron. And the side is retired. That's 5-10 left-handed, folks. And Perinoski throws 1-2-3 there. And that's exactly why he's pitching. There's a new pitcher now for Oakland. Their second pitcher. His name is Marcel Lockeman. Marcel Lockeman, right-hander, coming in, and he will face Reese, Tovar, and Roseboro. Lockeman taking his warm-ups. And his job here is take this to extras. Okay, Lockeman is ready. Here's Reese now. Reese leading it off. It'll be Reese, Tovar, and Roseboro. Reese 1 for 3, had the big triple that brought home Rodney for the first run. We're all tied at 2, bottom of the 9th. Lockeman in for Nash, who pitched awesomely. Here's the pitch to Reese. That's 3-4. Fly ball left. And it's Tartable. And he makes the catch. Both left-handers. Tartable hit a can of corn to left-hander Eulander. Now, Reese. Oh, actually, it was Reese. What the hell am I talking about? Here's Tovar now. Cesar has a bit of power if he gets a hold of one. Here's Lockeman. It's been quite a ball game. Ooh. Here's the windup and the pitch to Tovar. That's going to be 6-4 right-handed. Chops it to short. For Campy, 328. Campanara's trying to get to this. He is a 328. Here's Campy. It's a slow motion 7-3. He gets to it on a G3. Doesn't really matter with no one on. He's an E28. Let's read it and weep. 6-9-11, E28. Oh, he throws him out. Nice play by Campy. Over at short. And Lockeman retires the first 2 Twins. And here's Roseboro. 0 for 3 today against Nash. Both pitchers, Nash and Perry, went 8 innings in a 2-2 tie. We're in the bottom of the 9th. It's Lockeman in now for Nash after the pinch hitter. Cater. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. The pitch, and Roseboro has some power. The windup and the pitch. That's going to be 5-6 left-handed. Chops it to second. And Green has it. And we're going to extras. Oh, darn. We're going to extra innings. Folks, I'm going to need to take a break of about 10 minutes. I hope you understand that somehow that shit happens. It's a 10-10 ball game. It's not 10-10. It's a 2-2 ball game. Actually, maybe I can wait. Yeah, you know what it is? I have pork. I have lots of it for dinner. I also have two sets of Klondikes. They were on sale. Okay, 2 for 1. I have 2 sets. Original. And double chocolate. We'll put those away. And you know what? Maybe it's good if I'm hungry. The problem, it's not going to be a 10-minute break. It's going to be about a 2 or 3 minute break because I am going to go get some fresh air. You know, the problem is I have trouble distinguishing whether I'm experiencing hunger or anxiety. And I used to deal with hunger very well. And I actually like to get in touch with hunger because it helps me empathize with people who really struggle with hunger, which is just misery. Especially if you're a child. That just breaks my frickin' heart. It breaks my frickin' heart. And we're going to go to the top of the 10th. It's going to be Perinoski in his second inning. Both relievers, Perinoski and Lockerman, were perfect in the 9th. And I hope you'll stay with us here. I hope the game goes 20 innings. I really do. But I'm going to tell you something. If this goes to the 12th, I'm going to have to dig into some pork. And if any of you wouldn't mind if I did some pork after this 10th, if the game doesn't end, let me know that you wouldn't find that to be. I could actually probably do it while I'm playing the game because the camera would not be on me and I can just sneak. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a big believer in that you need to sit in peace with total attention and devotion to the process. I don't believe in that. Sometimes it's nice. I'm going to take a walk. I'm going to get some fresh air. When we come back, top of the 10th in Metropolitan Stadium, it's Oakland at Minnesota. I'll be back. You know, folks, I was thinking of something when I was out there, and that's not always a great thing for me to do, but I was thinking about Rube Waddell. And I want to tell you something. I saw several documentaries on him, homemade by people, very well done for semi-amateurs or people who are just starting. So many people who do things like that. And I had a mind, but it's just so much work for me. But I had a mind to do a very brief, maybe a 3-minute, maybe a 5-minute documentary on the life of Rube Waddell. And I would come to the thesis that he was, first of all, his behavior was about as crazy or out of control or aberrant as any player. He was a great pitcher, and he played dead ball error, way dead ball error, actually in the late 1890s. And he was, today we would call him definitely with alcohol dependence, but he may have had an undiagnosed condition such as bipolar disorder. They think he was autistic, okay? You never know. When you're drinking like that, like he did, he was a terrible, really misused alcohol. You can't tell underneath. There could have been, so it's all speculation, but if anyone has an interest in it, enough of an interest in it, I might try to put together a hodgepodge of quick facts with photos. I can do it with I don't have any software, but I could certainly do it on my iPhone and then upload it as a Premiere or something. But the only problem with it is it takes so much goddamn work. I am so I don't know what you'd call it, emotionally whatever, to do something like that. I really don't. I used to work so hard. Folks, I used to work so hard, harder than anybody in my field, at least in my department. Well, we're heading to so you know about him, Kathy, huh? That's pretty interesting. Here's Perinoski, his second inning of relief. You know, eventually these relievers get tired. You're wondering who they may have for Oakland if and when the need should arise. They don't have much. They have Ed Sprague. I might as well have Howard Sprague. They have Lou Krause, who pitched in Real World. Lockerman pitched in Real World in this game. Talbot pitched in Real World. They all put my feet to sleep. So there's no problem. Roland is absolutely not available. So it's one of these three below par pitchers, in my opinion, at least the years they had, versus eventually Perinoski is due up in the 10th. And they don't even have something to frickin' hit with. But if they need somebody, they use nobody. Perry went all the way in Real World. I would check to see if Woodson is available. I would check to see if, Kreider puts my feet to sleep. Tom Hall is principally a starter. He's a long shot because he's good. Worthington puts my feet to sleep. Look at the card. And Grisenda might be available. They've got their people who are available. You would hear the fire whistle in trucks and leave the mound to chase them. Kathy, so you saw, did you read about him? You saw documentaries about him? By the way, we appreciate all the likes here on the channel and the subscribing, and most of all, you're all being here. So you knew, I didn't know about that one. I know he left games in the middle of them. Sometimes he showed up in the last second, dressed in business attire. And literally, at the time of the first pitch, he just switched naked. I think he went nude, or semi-nude, to switch into, so he was a fascinating character. It's going to be Brooks, Bando, and Francona, top of the 10th. It's a 2-2 ball game. Here's Brooks now. Brooks 1 for 3, singled, scored, and walked left on. Here's Perinoski. That's going to be 1-6 left-handed. That's a drive hit out into gap field. Left center gap field dropping. And look at Bobby Brooks standing on second with a lead-off double off Perinoski. Wow. That is a piece of hitting. Oh, you read about him when we did the 1911 games. That's awesome. But I don't believe Waddell was in the 1911. I had made reference to him because there was another pitcher whose name I can't remember now, who a lot of people said reminded them of him, if not was him. I really don't know. Here's Bando now. Big leadoff double by Brooks. And here's the captain, Sal Bando. He steps in the batter's box here. So Perinoski, he's the man. And, you know, they're going to use him periodically, especially in close ball games, keeping him active and ready for, if needed, the playoffs against Baltimore in about 2 weeks within the replay. Here's Perinoski from the stretch. The pitch to Bando. That's 5-9 right-handed, struck him out. And that's the second for Ron. He went down swinging. It was a 5-9 right-handed. And he died at a very young age, Kathy. I'd have to read it up again. I don't know if he got pneumonia, tuberculosis, both. Well, here's Tito Francona with that insanity of a card. And only 85 at-bats, but he started this game, and therefore we're using him. So it's that simple. Perinoski needs to get him. The go-ahead run on second, one out. Here's Perinoski. Get that move good. Here's the pitch to Francona. That's going to be 1-7. And he flies it to center. Remember, Tito is a left-handed hitter. We use him anyway. They have no one on the bench. And under that is Tovar, makes the catch, 2 away. No one on the bench. And I guess the card looks good anyway. It was a 1-7 left-handed. Would have been a single 1-18 against the right-hander. You see how important that was. And here's Big Dick Green. Boy, has he been something. He's 3 for 4 today. He's been hitting up a storm for the last couple of weeks, making great plays in the field, just being a big part of this Oakland ball club. This second place Oakland ball club, 16 games over 500 solidly in second. Behind these Twins. 2 outs now. This is a clutch situation. Here's Perinoski, the pitch to Green. That's going to be 1-12 left-handed, fly ball right. Oliva Makes the catch, and the side is retired. Wow, what a game. No runs, the leadoff double by Brooks. Left on base, just like that. Left like a bad habit. We're heading to the bottom of the 10th. This is where it gets kind of quirky here because Marcel Lockerman pitching his second inning of relief. That's fine. His endurance is 2. But will there be a hitter for Perinoski? I think so. I gotta pull the pork out, folks. I gotta pull that shit out. Kind of disgusting when you think about it. It is sort of a disgusting concept. Eating the flesh of other species. That's what it is. It's muscle. That's what it is. It's muscle. I mean, you can eat fat. Lord, that's good. Here's Lockerman. It'll be Leo leading it off, bottom of the 10th. We're all tied at 2. Okay, Lockerman. He gets the sign from Roof, who's the catcher. That's 2-7 right-handed, and he chops it to second. A lot of chopping going on. Greenfields it, throws him out. And there, I think there's going to be a hitter for Perinoski. How do you like that? There's going to be a hitter for him. See who they're going to bring up here. If you bear with me a moment, this is taking some time here. We've got lots of things here, lots of resources, lots of time, all the time in the world. Nothing. There's going to be a hitter. It seems like a real dumb guy to come up to hit, but, maybe you tell me. George Mitterwald. George Mitterwald with a little bit of power. There's nobody else, really. I mean, they really don't. That's one of their... unlike the Orioles, they did not have the bullpen nor the bench compared to the O's. That's just my opinion. So here's Mitterwald coming up. Okay, here's Lockerman facing Mitterwald, 1 out, bottom of the 10th. The windup and the pitch. 6'10" right-handed, struck him out. 2 down, both relievers. Really something. And by the way, warming. This should be interesting. I don't think Tom Hall is available. I'll check to see Hall or Grisenda. If Hall, I think Hall started recently. To check that out. But that's going to be it for Perinoski. Isn't that something how you go through these people so quickly? Here's Eulander. Now, Eulander has some power, not too much. It's Lockerman with 2 outs. In for Nash. The pitch to Eulander. 4-2, left-handed, walked him. And remember, this is Lockerman's first endurance inning in relief, and if he gets close to that, he's in big trouble. We're going to roll on this to see if they're not holding him. 1-13. 1-2. Now we have Rufus 0. 1-13. Eulander on first. Not being held. Carew at the plate. Here's Lockerman now. And the pitch. That's 1-9 right-handed. Taps it back to Lockerman. He fields it cleanly and throws to Francona. And the side is retired. Whoa. And that should be Lockerman's last inning. Really going neatly there. No runs, no hits, the walk left on a 1-9 right-handed. That will be it for Lockerman. We've gone 10. We're heading to the 11th here. Go all night as far as I'm concerned. I don't care. I have nothing to do but this. And eat a little bit of my pork here. We're heading to the top of the 11th now, folks. Oh, Lord. I want to see if Hall or Grisenda, I want to see if Hall is available. I'm sorry to delay this. I doubt it. I think he started recently, which, you know, he's a starter and a reliever. I really don't like to mess around with stuff like this. We'll see if he can keep his cool. Yeah, and he freaking hates his pitchers, every last one of them. And I don't see him, but we're surprised. He's checking out to see Hall, how available he might be. Well, Hall did not pitch at all on the 15th. This is a very cumbersome way to do this. He started on the 14th. He's not available. It will be Grisenda. He's not available. So here's Grisenda coming in. At least his ERA is under 4. They really don't have much other than Perinoski. It will be Monday, Roof and Duncan. Monday, Roof and Duncan here. Looking at the real world scoreboard. (4-3) Yankees. Astros batting bottom of the 9th. That game looks like it should be over almost. Yankees 4-3 leading. Oh, bottom of the ninth. Houston batting. Milwaukee beat the Mets 4-1 in New York. Cubs, Rangers, this is cumbersome to do. Cubs, Rangers tied at 5, top of the 8th. I really don't care about, but I'm not going to go through all these. But we go through the Mets and the Yanks. Okay, here's Griselda to pitch the top of the 11th. It's going to be Monday, leading it off. Now look at this, lefty. They have nobody else. They usually platoon him, not bringing him in against lefties, but they have. And therefore we will. They got nobody else, really, to speak of. Here's Griselda now. The pitch to Monday, 1-7, left-handed, grounds to second. Carew throws to Reese, one away. And here's Roof with his first at bat. He came in to catch in the bottom of the ninth after Johnson pinch hit for Duncan. So Roof steps in, 1 out, nobody on. Griselda gets the sign from Roseboro. Here's the pitch. That's going to be 6-5, right-handed, fly ball right for Tony. 2 outs. And there's going to be a hitter. I mean, that's just what we do. You know what I mean? We got a shitload of hitters in there, too. So Lockerman is done. He pitched two innings. That's plenty for anybody. Both Peranowski, 2 scoreless. As the starters, both went 8 and allowed 2. It's a very tight ball game. Lockerman, no hits, a walk, a strikeout. Oh, God, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. It's going to be real tough. It's going to be Lou Krause. Lou Krause. They just don't have what's needed. So Krause warming. And let's see who's hitting. Not that they have anyone to hit. Can you believe that? Nobody really. We'll use Tommy Reynolds. Sure. 257 hitter. So Reynolds steps in. Okay, Griselda is ready. 2 outs, nobody on. The windup and the pitch from Griselda. That is 5-7, right-handed. And it's a grounder to third, stopped by Killebrew. Nice play by Harmon. Throws it to Reese, and the side is retired. So the relief pitching is really something. This was a 5-7 right-handed. And as you could see, it was single 1-7. That's a frickin' 9, people. That's how we read that, and you know that. And that'll be a ground out, and that will retire the side, and that means Lou Krause is coming in to pitch. Lou frickin' Krause. Griselda pitches his first inning, and this is the big thing. You got to get through these bats here to beat the Twins, or at least to get to the coveted 12th inning as far as the A's are concerned. Twins, of course, want to pack this one in. Now, Oliva sure done his part. He's 3 for 4. Then it'll be Killebrew 0 for 4. He's way overdue. has not hit a home run since Hot Dog Jackson has been hurt. And then it'll be Rich Reese, who is 1 for 4, who had the triple to bring home Rodney. So Kraus is finishing up his warm-ups. And when he is, Tony, who is standing outside of the box with the bat on his, I don't know what you'd call it, on your shoulder, perched on his shoulder. And here we go, he's ready. Tony Oliva, this is when they need to do it, the Twins. What kind of team are they? Is this a championship team? They have a better record than the Orioles by about a game. That's the Orioles went into a 5-game losing streak. They're out of that. Here's Kraus, he's ready. Oliva, 3 for 4 today. The wind-up and the pitch from Kraus. 5-4 left-handed, hit, ballpark blast. Oh, but it's a 17, left-handed. Oh my. It's hit deep. And it's caught by Brooks. A long ballpark blast. Tony almost ended this ball game. Let's look at that again, please. Boy, Tony. It was a 5-4 left-handed. That's a ballpark blast. Ignore that fly ball right. He is a left-hander in Minnesota. 1-8, the game would have been over. It was a 17. And that's 1 away. A long frickin' out. Tell you, the folks who came to this game have sure gotten their money's worth. This game's had a little bit of everything. The only thing it hasn't had is a home run. But Harmon can sure put a change to that, Kathy Harden. Killebrew steps in the batter's box here with 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the 11th. Okay, here's Kraus now. The windup. Very careful here. The pitch to Harmon. That's 4-12 right-handed, grounds it to first X. That'll be for Reese. Look at the... Oh, that's Francona. Whoa. He may not get to this. 4-12 right-handed by Harmon. Francona, 4-19. He may not get to this. I hope you're enjoying this. Francona, 4-19. With 1 out, nobody on. Francona trying to get to that. 4-19. It was a ground ball first X. Yep, Francona 4-19. You're going to pay for that, Francona. But it's a G3. Whoa, he gets to it. Oh my. E19, 5-10, 14, E19, 14. Oh, and he takes it to the bag. What a beautiful play by Tito Francona. We may have had our doubts about him at a 4-19, but he picked it up on a G3 and then on 5-10, 14, E19. There is no 14. And with no one on, it's a clean G3. And this is turning into I might even have him toss that to Kraus, covering the bag. 2 outs. And here's Reese, and Reese has power. Don't underestimate Rich. But 211 would be a ballpark blast. 2-4, 1-13, the game is over. Reese digs into the box. And that's a strike called to Reese. It's 2 outs, bottom of the 11th. Here's the windup and the pitch from Kraus. That's going to be 4-7, left-handed, fly ball center. It's high and playable. And Monday is under it, and the side is retired. We're going to the 12th. That was Kraus. Got to keep track of what's going on here. And who the hell is the pitcher? It's Grisenda. Where the hell? Here he is. Grisenda will come out to pitch the top of the 12th here at Metropolitan. And we hope you've been enjoying this ball game on this in real world Easter Day. Okay, here's Grisenda now in his second inning of relief here. Pitching the top of the 12th. His first endurance is the 3rd. And it's going to be the top of the order. Bert Campaneris. Okay, Grisenda is ready. Top of the 12th. Here's Grisenda. The pitch to Campy. That's 1-5, left-handed, and that's a drive hit out into the gap by Campy. It's dropping, a beautiful shot. He's on second standing. Second leadoff double in the game. So you may remember Brooks led off with the double of Perinoski, but then he retired the side 1-2-3 after that and left him on. Now Bert with the leadoff double on a 1-5 left-handed. Wow. And here comes Tartable. We'll see what Jose does here. He is 1 for 5. He's an 8 bunter. That would be kind of a, I don't know, kind of a conservative thing to do, I guess, but we'll see. Here's Grisenda now. Whoa! I just dropped my 20 die. Hold on. Whoa. Just a little jitters here. We're fine. I got it right here. Here's Jose now. Grisenda, he's hitting away. The pitch to Tartable, 6-5 left-handed, fly ball left field. And Eulander under it, it's one away. He was hitting away. Just the luck of the draw. And a 6-5 left-handed. So here's Brooks. Brooks 1 for 3, 2 for 4. Singled, scored, doubled, left on. He walked also in the 5th and left on. Big at bat here, I think, for Grisenda now. The pitch to Brooks. Well, that's going to be a 5-8 right-handed. Oh, a base hit, and Campy comes home. Whoa, Brooks. 3 for 5 today with the go-ahead run off Grisenda. They're coming out to talk to him. Look at that again, 5-8 right-handed off Grisenda. A base hit, bringing home Campy with 2 asteroids. They're going to keep him in. Here's Bando now. Oakland 3, Minnesota 2. Bando 0 for 5 today. Here's Grisenda. That'll be 1-6, left-handed, fly ball to center field. And Tovar is under it 2 away. The Twins will need at least a run to stay in this ball game. Here's Tito Francona again. Christ, 3 for 5. Grisenda now. That's going to be 5-10 left-handed. That's a ballpark slash. On a 5-10 left-handed. It's a left-handed hitter. It's a 3. Whoa. It's a frickin' 3, and that's going to be a base hit for Francona. Holy cow. He's 4 for 6 today. And that's going to be it for Grisenda. I am so sorry, folks. I thought this game was going to, I thought this was over. I'm a pessimist, but all of a sudden, Billy Martin hates pitchers. He's pulling Grisenda right here. That's messed up. That's freaking messed up. We're just pulling them for realism sake. I want to see Chancellor Miller, if you bear with me. Might be a treat to some. It's 1st and 2nd with 2 outs. It's Dick Green. I want it to be realistic here. On the 15th. Okay. And on the 16th, and the 17th, he's available. He is available. It's going to be Bob Miller. We were talking about Bob Miller earlier. I could have brought Hall in, but we're going to bring Miller in. He's going to be starting game 3 of the playoffs. I know that's a little premature, but to be talking about already, but Grisenda 8, 9, 10 pitched 1 2/3, 3 hits. He is allowed the go-ahead run. He is right now the loser of record. And Bob Miller coming in with 2 outs, trying to finish it up. If you're looking ahead to the bottom of the 12th, it will be Tovar, Roseboro, and Cardenas. And that's still pretty formidable. Pretty formidable folks coming up. Here's Dick Green, who's been trouble. Green 3 for 5 today. First and second, 2 outs. Still basically in this ball game. The Twins. They want to. Okay, here's Miller. He's ready now. Martin pulls him. Here's the pitch to Green. That's going to be 6-8 right-handed, and there's a base hit off Miller. This might score Brooks. Oh, what a shame. 6-8 left-handed. I'm telling you, that Dick Green, 4 for 6 today. My God. 6-8 right-handed, single to left. Brooks rounding. Eulander is a 0. Let's check Brooks out now. Brooks 1 to 13, 2 outs, 1 to 15. He's coming home, and they're throwing. They're throwing with all the gusto there is. This one is to Eulander, 1 to 15, I said, with 2 outs. Here's the throw, and he is safe. And that's the second run. Everybody moves up. And this ball game, if you're a Twins fan, is really a disappointment. 2 runs for the A's here in the top of the 12. Both charged to Grisenda, the loser of record. He's still responsible for Francona on third. It's first and third, 2 down. Green knocks in. Well, actually, it was Brooks who knocked in the winning run and scored the 2-run, next run. Here's Monday now. Brought in Miller. Martin is seething. So is Kathy Harden. But we're comparing apples and oranges there. Okay, Miller. The pitch to Monday. 4-10 left-handed, ballpark slash by Miller. But so much for Miller. Monday left-handed, that's an 8. And that's going to go through for a base hit. And another run will score. It's Francona, the big guy, slow guy. For the 3rd run, all charged to Grisenda. And it's a 5-2 ball game here. You see what happens? It was over anyway, folks. This fucking game, you know, when we took Grisenda out, he had set the table. He had set the frickin' table for the blowout. Here's Roof now. His second at bat. It's all with 2 outs here. Actually, the first run, the winning run, was with 1 out, and that was all done by purely Grisenda here. And then it's gone all hell here with 3 runs in the top of the 12th. First and third, still 2 outs now. Roof and Miller. 2-5, that's a clutch situation reverse. It's popped up to short, and Cardenas makes the catch. Finally, the side is out. It was Roof on a 2-5 clutch situation reversal. And the side is freaking done. And the damage is done. 3 runs for Oakland. The fans are not happy here in Minneapolis. And the winner of record in this ball game is Lou Krause. How do you like that? Lou Krause. 8, 9, 10. He's got a 4. Whoa. And here's Krause now. Let's go through the motions. Tovar, Roseboro, and Cardenas. Bottom of the 12th. 5-2 game. Here's Krause now. The wind up, the pitch to Tovar. That's going to be 4-9 right-handed, and he pops it up to third. And that's 1 away. A tough loss here today in the merge, on the verge by tough loss by the Twins here today. Here's Roseboro, 1 out. The pitch from Krause. Whoa, that fell. That frickin' fell off. It went through. It's a 5. Folks, it's a 5 on the floor. It's a 6-7 left-handed, and that's going to be a liner to second. Caught by Green on a single 1-2. Isn't that a shame? That fell right through if you saw that. 6-7 left-handed. Single 1-2 liner. And it's all up to Leo Cardenas. Bottom of the 12th, 2 outs, nobody on. Twins batting. A's lead by 3, bottom of the 12th. Here's Krause for the win, the windup, and the pitch to Cardenas. 6-8 right-handed, struck him out. Oh, Lord, what a game. What a frickin' game. Krause was impressive, no doubt about it. The final here is Oakland 5, Minnesota 2. The win goes to Krause. Pitched 2 perfect innings. I guess he deserved it. He was in the right place at the right time. The loss to Grisenda. Miller came in, made things worse, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 2/3 by allowing 2 singles. The final line, Oakland 5 runs, 10, 11, 14, 10, 11, 14, 16 hits. It's a lot of freaking hits and 1 error. Minnesota 2 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. And that's it from Minneapolis. I hope you enjoyed it, folks. Jeffrey Guterman, thanks so much for hanging with me. I know this was a little idiosyncratic, folks. This one went on for a while. In fact, this one started at 2. It started at 2 p.m. Eastern. We did get off to a little late start, 15 minutes. And it did go 12 innings. And I hope you, if you observe and celebrate Happy Easter, and my sensitive well wishes to you for whatever struggles you're dealing with. I guess I have nothing to really worry about right now. Nothing I can do anything about. I'm going to put this all away. If you subscribe, first of all, if you like this, I really would appreciate it. If you subscribe, I'd even appreciate it even more. I'm doing a 69 replay. You have a super evening, and thank you, Kathy Harden. Thank you. Thank you for everything. Take care, Joel Horland. Take good care of yourself. And thanks to everybody else who was here tonight. Bill Ivany, of course. Steve Aquilon was here. Some time ago in text. That's entered. And I'll catch you all next time. Thank you.